YouTube, what is up? It's Paradigm, Paradigm, Paradigimon, whatever you guys want to call me, and today we're doing something a little different. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to be trying to beat Darkest Dungeon on the highest difficulty. Now, things we are gonna do is we're going to remove the districts and the Crimson Court and the Butcher Circus, so we're just gonna have and the Color Menace. So we're just gonna have Flagellant and Shieldbreaker to do this run through. I've not played this game before. Well, I mean, I've played the game, but I've never beaten the game. So trying to beat it on the highest difficulty is going to be pretty rough. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to go ahead and do this. YouTube plays, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start that one. So we're going to be doing our Darkest Dungeon runs through here, and I'll kind of talk you guys through every decision that I decide to make for our team building and all the different stuff, because there's actually a lot that goes into the game that it doesn't exactly tell you, like, try to survive. It's going to be a little rough, probably. I imagine that we're probably going to see some deaths. We might even see failures in like the first little bit. So I'm trying my best to give you guys good quality content. We might make some unnecessary risks, but for the most part, we're going to try to be doing this in the first run, the best run, do everything. I hope you guys enjoy it. We're kind of just sitting here talking around because the old road apparently takes a long time to load up. So I don't know if I'm going to keep all this stuff in there or not. We can go ahead. Okay, so we see we have our first two characters here right now, right? These are our first two characters, and they kind of fell off the abandoned highway or whatever. So this is like your tutorial part of the mission.
The hamlet is just ahead.
And yeah, it's gonna go through, give us the tutorial on movement and everything like that. Like I said, I've already played this, so. Okay, so we have one unit.
The rightful owner has returned.
Now, turn economy is helpful for us. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bleed this guy, make him a little bit easier to kill. He's gonna go for the slice and dice. We get the dodges. Every character has a base dodge chance. Let's see, 82% chance to hit, and we would just outright kill him. We miss. Okay, that's fair. So now we take the 92% chance. Everything's gonna be a percentage roll that we're going to be trying here, so take it with a grain of salt. This is an interactive object or curio, but we don't have the thing that we need here for it, so we're going to just progress through to the boss room.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion.
As you can see, this guy's a little bit bigger. He takes up 2 slots, so that's gonna be a little bit bigger chance here. Now, we could just go to bleed this guy, but that guy in the back does a lot of damage. So we're going to try to pepper him up real good here. This guy has 50% stun resist, but we don't have anything that can really hit back there. We're gonna go ahead and torch ourselves up here. Gonna give them increased defenses, but then we're also gonna get our torch light up so they have a less chance of critting. And we're getting hit with bleed damage now. And blanket fire. Okay, we dodged that. So now I think I go with this. start trying to pick that guy up in the back while we use our Crusader here, Reynold, to try to just chunk through this big boy in the front, because we don't really have anything with our Crusader that can hit the guy in the back.
Their formation is broken.
Okay, so now we just have,
the offensive.
it's telling you like corpses have a health bar, you can clear them out. Not super important here. They obviously resist the stun because you've got a 50 chance to. We're both bleeding here now, but now we can start to like whittle this guy's health down. He bled resist too at a 20% chance. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Okay. I think we just hit him for as much damage as we possibly can here. We're not really in the ballpark of trying to CC him or anything anymore. We'll take all of that stuff. Now we're gonna hit continue adventuring here, so we can open up this chest. Okay, we didn't get anything. It's somewhat a roll whether or not you actually do, but we wanted to try to get a little bit more leading into it. So our characters became apprentice level 1. And as you can see, now they each get some quirks. Sometimes these are positive, and sometimes they're negative. Reds are negative, so suffers intense need to do specific actions. So he's compulsive, that's not great. Believes is possessed by demons. Ironically, I don't think that is like the worst one. And they do have some stress here. The Reynold has 18 stress, and Dismas has 10. But we get to return to town now, and this is going to be our first time going into town, so it's going to kind of tell us what everything does here.
Such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they're yours now.
We're going to go over the Nomad Wagon is where you can occasionally buy rare items. However, they're like super expensive.
Corners of the earth.
You can go in and spend different resources that you'll get in the game. These resources are 4 resources down here. Busts, portraits, deeds, and crests. You can upgrade each of the stations to get more like trinkets, to reduce the cost of the trinkets, things like that. But these are generally overpriced. So I would say it's not really beneficial to grab those. This is where you can do your ancestors' memoirs. This basically will teach you, tells you the path here of like, you have to beat the Brigand 8-pounder, 12-pounder, 16-pounder, and do all this. This is the general thing before you go into the darkest dungeon. It's kind of the preferred path that the game would like you to take. Stagecoach
soldiers and outlaws
is for recruiting new people, and again we can reduce, we can increase the amount of people that become available each week. We can also increase the roster size of the amount of characters we have, and we can then lastly improve the mastery level of the unit. We're gonna go ahead and take these 2 characters because you're meant to. You're just part of this is just you're absolutely meant to take your 4 characters. Then here's the graveyard where you can see the deaths. We're allowed to have 12 deaths in a run. If we don't get all of our people killed, you know, there's so many deaths that you're allowed to have before you lose them. So now we can go ahead and hit embark since we've recruited our other 2.
Madness and morbidity.
So now
Your work begins.
is where we like really look at our characters here to decide where we want them to go. So, for example, This is our Vestal here. She's more of a healing class. So she usually wants to sit in the back line, but if you can see this Mace Bash, the two white dots at the bottom are the two spots on our side of the team that she wants to sit and to be able to do that ability. And the red spots are where she wants to sit, or like ones where the enemies that she can hit. We also have Judgment, Divine Grace, and Divine Comfort. So all of these lead me to believe, aside from Mace Bash, lead me to believe she wants to be in like this third slot. So I'm gonna go ahead and tentatively put her in this third slot. Now Reynold's somebody we've also seen here. Now, as you can see, he can't hit anything in the back rows. So he can only hit in the first two slots. So we're gonna go ahead and put Reynold in that very first slot. Dismas, you can also see up here where their preferred positions are. His preferred position's gonna be that second or third slot. So we're gonna go ahead and put him here, and then we're gonna hope that Portrol, yeah, it looks like he got those. The only one he won't be able to use is Incision in this back row. So I wonder, what if Judgment, Divine Grace, Divine Comfort. Okay, so we're gonna, this is a case where you want to look, because we're gonna move these guys around just so we have access to more of our character stuff, because he'll have access to all of his moves, including the bleed damage skill. We're gonna go ahead and put him there. Now we have to provision ourselves for the trial. This will tell you what all your rewards are and what your goal is. So we have to explore 90% of the rooms, and for doing so, we'll get 3,000 gold. We'll get a crest, or 4 crests, and then we'll get a debuff stone, which is an equipment item that we can equip to our characters. Each character has 2 trinket equipment slots, in addition to having their weapon and armor. We can upgrade these guys' armor. We'll never like loot armor, as far as I'm aware, but we will find better and better trinkets. As you can, this debuff stone's a common one. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna embark into the ruins.
Preparedness measured now
Now,
in gold, later in blood.
Always take 16 torches and 12, at least 12 food. We do get an anti-venom and a holy water for free. So I'm going to take 2 bandages because bleeding is a problem. I'm going to take 1 key because it unlocks boxes and stuff that we have in there. And I'll take 1 medicinal herb. And a bunch of my friends don't believe in taking a shovel all the time, but every time I don't take a shovel, I need multiple shovels. And if you don't have a single shovel and you need 2, 3, or 4, it actually really scuffs your run. So I'm taking 1. If I don't need it, then I don't need it. But more than likely, I am going to need it, especially as you can see, you gotta explore 90% rooms, which I believe is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which means we have to basically explore 7 of these 8. And we're gonna find another torch here pretty quick. So that's gonna be nice for us. We're gonna be able to keep our light up because we didn't have this before, but you want to keep your radiant light up. It gives you better dodge scouting, which it will tell you on the mini map whether or not you know what's coming ahead. It'll give you indicators as to what's coming ahead. And dodge chance is your ability to get out of dodge. Oh, because there's no enemies in this back line of right here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna emboldening vapors onto Dismas because he's our big damage guy. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just pepper these guys up real good. We're gonna go ahead and hit Dismas. We'll be fine here. Then they hit Reynold. But he's our tanky guy, so he can deal with that, and he's gonna kill that skeleton. Good judgment, but it doesn't really help. So we're gonna heal our party up a little bit. Keep these guys' health topped off, because health is like a big... And then we'll just take him out with a shot with Dismas. And see, we looted some more gold. This is an unlocked strongbox, so we don't need anything for this. We get a shovel, we get 2 busts, and get some, more gold. So, did we necessarily need the shovel? At least currently it doesn't look like. But aha, see? What we need for this is the shovel. So we now had one to be able to use, and now there's probably going to be another one somewhere in this dungeon. Whether or not we have to actually use the shovel for it, it could be debatable. But let's go ahead. We're going to try to put a good amount of damage on this one. We're going to poison it. Or no, that stuns that one. That's better. Stunning's even better. We're gonna go ahead and judgment. Okay, we miss. We have a small chance to kill, but we're not gonna roll high enough for that. This person stresses out your teammates, and stress is very important to like not have on your team. So we are seeking to take that lady out as quickly as possible. However, she does not really want to die. We're going to go ahead and heal up our party here. I probably could have judgmented, but she's going to stress the person probably with the most stress to begin with. So now we're going to plague grenade her. She resists the poison. We'd love to see it. Okay, we're going to eat through that first skeleton. We're gonna go for the poison again. Okay, now we have 4 damage for 3 rounds on her. Oh my gosh, she just keeps dodging the shots though. Okay, didn't really get anything on us. Reynolds gonna dodge tank like a champion, I guess. We are gonna hit her with judgment there. Gonna be 4 more damage. She literally needs 1 damage. Severely hurt. They only have 10% stun resistance, so I'm gonna stun this guy just so I can focus on her more. And that should kill her now. Okay, there we go. The way poison works is it's on the turn that they move, they take their poison damage. Ooh. Snipers. Plus 15 accuracy, and if 4. Plus 15 accuracy. If in position 4, minus 2 speed. Plus 4% crit. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and put that on him, but I don't know, this is not really an item at all. Which I don't even think he getting any buffs from this. No, so we're gonna leave that off. That way it still has good speed. One of the tricks I did learn is you can torch as you're walking through the door, and it'll still act like you activated the torch way before that. And now this is where Kleptomaniac comes in.
Finding the stuff is only the first test.
He's gonna take these items for us, so that's why like certain negative quirks are bad. That in that case it wasn't a big deal because the items weren't super valuable. But if the items would have been super valuable, it would have been a pain in the butt. Uh, let's go ahead and judgment this guy just for a little extra damage. Misses our Vestal. I believe these guys are... Nope, they're really resistant to bleed, but they're not really resistant to blight. Didn't get anything. We're just gonna start peppering these guys up real good. Because it gives them a debuff. And what debuff do they actually... Crits received, so it gives them a bigger chance to take crit damage. Oh, we missed. We're gonna keep peppering these guys up real good. Try to poison this one again. Okay, he'll die next round, so we don't have to waste any of our attack. This has a off chance to kill, so we're gonna take it, and we do get the kill, so that's good.
No quarter.
Turn economy is very important in this game, which is why we're also gonna stun the... Okay, well, we crit, so it doesn't really matter.
Blossoms.
So we're gonna go ahead and just do some Boldening Vapors to see if our Vestal moves before this guy does.
Their formation is
Nope,
broken.
we didn't get it, so we just use a move, get rid of him. And now we have some crest and bus.
Brought low
Now,
and driven into the mud.
based off of what character you have active, which gives you this little white line, these curios do certain things. This one, when you put holy water in it, usually heals and reduces some amount of stress. So that's why I swapped to my highest stress person. Now let's go ahead and begin down this hallway. Our torch lit. So see, this is one of the things that scouting helps with. We fell into a trap. This character did. So he became stressed and he took some damage for it. If you have good scouting chances, you will be able to see those traps on the map. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go this way. What kind of loot do we have here? Okay, so we have some food, gold, and another skeleton key. I haven't run into any actually requires us to use a skeleton. Or not a skeleton. Is it a skeleton key? Skeleton. We haven't run into anything that requires us.
The path is
Periodically, your characters will get hungry.
Only the strength to follow it.
So that's why you always want to keep food on you, because if you don't, they'll take health damage and suffer strength. Gotten pretty clear on these rooms. So we're making good time. And here's where we need another shovel, as I mentioned. We're just going to go ahead and torch up for extra. Now we absolutely need a key for this. I'm going to tell you, these two guys in the back here, specifically this one, is a big problem. So we're going to focus a lot of our efforts on that, because he does like a lot of stress damage. Now they finally have a full 4 party, so we can like really target these guys in the back. They're the bigger problem to deal with, in my opinion. Right? Okay, so now this guy's got a 20% stun resistance. We're gonna go ahead and try to stun him. Give us a turn to put some free turn to put some damage in on him. And that guy misses. That's gonna be good for us. We're gonna keep up with the plague grenades here, because it'll increase the amount of damage. It's multiplicative, so it'll increase the amount of rounds and it'll increase the amount of damage time. That guy is dead after this round. I want to try to get this guy in kill range to leave just one guy left. So we're going to put as much of our damage to this guy as we can to clear him out. Now we just got the big guy left, because this guy's going to die here. Yep.
Slowly, gently. This is how life is taken.
Now the only thing we can do is open vein this guy, but there's no way we're gonna bleed him for that. Same with incision. We're gonna put damage onto him, but there's no way he's bleeding from it. And our Vestal misses. I probably should have healed the party up a little bit, but it's okay, because this is the should be the last dungeon fight we actually have. Now we're gonna hit continue adventuring because we have a chest here. And we'll switch over to Dismas. This heirloom chest, we used our key here.
Wealth beyond measure.
And we get more of the busts
and the
like that.
Alike.
Now we are done with this. I mean, we could go to that extra room, but we're just asking for bad things to happen early in the run. So we're not going to be too greedy. We're going to get out with our upgrades and everything. And as you can see, our characters here have more quirks. These two leveled up to level 1. These guys got a little bit of experience, not much. So he gets more stress when he's in the cove, but he also has plus 10% protection. That's actually not that bad. We want him to be more damagey, but it, allows him to stay. Okay. Enlightened, so he will only meditate in town for stress relief. Lurker, plus 10% damage if torch is below 26. That one's kind of because you're not gonna really be below torchlight all that often.
Banners fly.
This is for the circus, so we're gonna leave that alone.
The circus has come to
But
town.
as you can see, so this is the Abbey.
The cobwebs have been dusted,
So
the pews set straight.
This is
the Abbey calls
where
to the faithful.
this goes, because he will only only meditate, so he only go here. Like if you try to put him here, you see it's got a red X. He'll only meditate. This is the cheapest option here, but we're not going to decide to put him in there yet because we don't know what our team is going to look like. The tavern's the other place for stress relief.
And curtained rooms
and as you upgrade these, it'll increase the amount of slots, or it'll lower the cost, or increase the amount of stress that is recovered. And then we'll get blacksmith and guild here soon. We can go to the stagecoach and look. We have our arbalist, which is actually the unit that that item wants to go for, and we have a shield breaker. Okay, so now before we decide to do stress anything, remove any stress or anything, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna clear out our team, and we're gonna pick our map here. We're gonna pick our mission. So this is for the bounty. Items for the bounty hunter. Actually pretty decent for bounty hunter in terms of common items, and it's a short. We don't want to do a medium like this, even though it's got an uncommon item. We don't have the ability to change our party's skills to be prepared for camping out overnight, which is what it's going to require us to do. This would go for Reynald, our crusader here, and would give him 10% max HP, so that's pretty good. We could also get Plague Doctor, an item, which increases stun chance, but he's a little stressed, so I don't know if we necessarily want to take him right on. But let's look at our new recruit here. So this is in the back 2 slots, back 2 slots, back 2 slots, back to, well, and this could be any slot, but so because of the item that we have for him, which is this item right here, we're going to go ahead and put him in the very back slot. He's going to be slow, but he's going to have 8% crit. 6% of it's from the weapon, 2% based on quirk. So we're chilling here with that. Now, what skills does he actually have? So he has blind fire, bola, sniper's mark, and sniper shot. So he has no healing. So currently in this run, we have, with this team of 1, we have absolutely no healing. Let's see. Captivate. As you can see with this one, the expose, it is a thing that says back 1. It means if they're in the first slot and use it, which I don't, yeah, if they're in the first slot and use it, they'll move back to the second slot, and whoever's here will go forward. And then you have this person who also has a forward one, so we can go forward and backward. And that's going to be useful for us based off of what position we want people to be in. So I think currently where we start with, we're going to think about putting this person here. We're definitely not taking this guy if we can avoid it. I think we do need the healer. The healer is strongest in these back 2 slots because that's where both of skills really come into play. Technically all 3 of her skills here besides Mace Bash come into play here. If we really wanted to get her Mace Bash in, we could do the back one with this character and force that. And then I think Reynold here is going to be a nice guy to have right here. Now, let's take a look at our debuff charm. It takes -1 speed. So I think we're going to go ahead and put it here. We don't want to tailor our speed down too much, but we also don't want to take a bunch of debuffs, and this is one of our decent damage dealers. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So now that we have this situated, we're going to go back and we're going to get some stress relief for our Plague Doctor. Now let's go ahead and go back to the embark screen. We don't have any more trinkets that we can use. So I think this is going to be the best thing for us to go grab, is to grab a Knight's Crest for a character that we already know is going to make use of it. Max HP is pretty good for Crusader. I would say max HP is better than the stun chance for the Plague Doctor because there's only one ability that applies to, whereas max HP applies to just overall tankiness of our other character. So we're going to go ahead and do one more run. We're in a short one, so I'm gonna grab 12 food, again 1 shovel, 2 sets of torches because you can never be too careful with torches. We already have a bandages, so I'm just gonna take a second one to get rid of bleed. Medicinal herbs is always useful, skeleton key, and we already get holy water. Not too concerned with anti-venom for this run. And we're going to go ahead and embark. The way that the game is set up and get completely screwed by RNG, so I'm going to try to I'm trying to mitigate that as much as possible.
Now, foreign.
Okay, we have to explore 90% of rooms. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at our map here. We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rooms again. So our current trajectory is we could skip this room down here and just go around the square. I think that's going to be initially what we plan to do, and we'll make adjustments as we see fit. Okay, so we got 2 goblet guys right off the rip. We're gonna go ahead and try to get at least one of them off the board. Whether that actually works or not is gonna be a thing. But we're able to eliminate at least one enemy there. We're gonna take aim at this boy. So he is basically dead. And if we hit the captivate here, we're good. Okay, so we're down to just these two guys now. That's a lot of stress on our Vestal already. And as you can see, we've already gotten a lot of stress on two of our characters. So we're gonna go ahead and Serpent Sway to the front. So now we have a damage block where we can block for 2 turns. And so they'll take no damage. We don't get anything off of that. We miss. Okay, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. We do hit Goblet Boy, though, so he's going to get one more turn of being able to splash somebody with a goblet. Maybe, unless Vestal hits, which she does not. Okay, so at least they've chosen 2 different targets each time. Now, we want to get...
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
I guess we don't necessarily need to get our guy out of here, but definitely could afford to if we wanted to. We could start getting ourselves buffed up on speed just to move faster. And there's our second block. And we cleared it out. And then, ooh, Warrior's Bracer. 10% melee skills. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. There was a button here that, yeah, default party. So we're gonna go ahead and use that to our advantage, and we're gonna get out of here. $250 gold. That's good.
Well performed.
Money helps us a lot. Money and crests are kind of the 2 resources that we really need a lot of. So now you can see we did get a scout chance. So we have a chance for a trap. So we're gonna go ahead and see. This guy's got a 10% chance to remove the trap. He's got a 20% chance. 20% chance. And 20% chance. So not a good shot, but one of these 2 is probably our best options for trying to do that, and I'm gonna probably choose her to try to remove that trap because she will get stress reduced if she... Okay.
Ancient traps.
She would reduce stress, but if she triggers the trap, it does not help. I don't remember if this is a bandage. No. Torch? No. Holy water? No. Medicinal herbs? Also no. So we're gonna look at it. Stolen, uninterested. It's a random chance that there's something good, bad, or negative. I don't think... couldn't remember if there was a curio item for it. But as you can see, now that we're looking down here, there is 2 curios. There's a fight before the battle room, or before the room, and then there's a battle in the room. So that is going to be the one that we bypass, just because we don't want to take any unnecessary fights that we don't absolutely have to. We just want to keep moving and get as much stuff as we can on the safest possible path that we have.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted,
okay.
And purpose
So
is
we've made
clear.
it to another empty room. Now, this one is not good, so we're going to avoid it. Oh, and there was another trap.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
So we're definitely going to need to start doing some healing with our Vestal and avoiding some stress. This has been a really empty dungeon, though. Normally there's a lot more fights in the hallways. And we're running out of food. We're going to go past the bookshelf because we don't really need it. And its chances are pretty fair that it's negative anyway. Chests or boxes, though, are fine because they will only contain like heirlooms and good things usually. We hit another trap.
Watch your step.
Okay. We could do without hitting all the traps. But now we get another scout. So here's where, remember how I said like shovels come into play? That's what these are. They're obstacles. And the obstacles are ones that you need a shovel to clear. We have a shovel, so we know that we're going to be able to clear this room. There is a battle room, but it also shows yellow. Means it has like a treasure chest or something in it to redeem all that. We ran out of food. I probably should have taken another thing of food just to be on the safe side, because you can use it to heal your units as well. But this doesn't look like it should be too incredibly dangerous. See, as we're at 94 out of 200 stress, that's going to be really bad if we get stressed out. Okay, we're going to take that guy out of the turn order because he's already moved. I think we're going to use Divine Comfort just to get a heal to everyone here.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pit.
Coral, this guy's going to pretty much move last, almost guaranteed. These guys aren't super immune to blight, so we're going to go ahead and blight this guy up. And we're really going to just try to take this one out with our Arbalist if we can. And we might actually, yeah, we're going to use Judgment here to just try to get rid of him. Obviously we didn't. You can always check down here if your attack has a chance to kill too. Like right here, we know we do 8 to 14 damage, 3% chance to crit, 85% chance to hit, and they have 12 health. So there's always a chance that this, if we roll high enough, that kills. Unfortunately, it didn't, and we're going to take a little bit of damage for it, but how much poison? Okay, we're going to hit him, because that's just going to completely get rid of him. And we're going to go to take out the stress person. So now we should be pretty okay. Oh, we're definitely okay now, because that guy's just going to die to poison when his turn comes.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
And we get 1,150 gold. Again, we're going to hit continue adventuring for a second, just because we want to see what's in this heirloom chest. We're getting more heirlooms than we are money, but that's okay, because that means we'll be able to upgrade our stuff pretty easily.
To us, and we will find whatever secrets they hold.
Okay, and then obviously we got characters that leveled up. We got some characters that didn't. We're going to see here, Satanophobia, 20% stress versus unholy enemies. I guess technically all of them would be unholy enemies, but whatever. Weapon Tinkerer, so 20% reduced cost to weapon upgrades. That's actually not bad. And Weld Tactician, so 15% more damage in the weld, so we'll definitely be wanting to send this guy on weld missions. We'll definitely not be wanting to send Patris over here on, or Patrice, whichever way you look at it, sending them on other stuff. So this is a free recruit that they give you. not too bad because we can do Adder's Kiss and Serpent Sway and things. But this is a free recruit that you get, so you might as well take it when you don't have a full party.
Swaying.
Full group of 10.
She mesmerizes her prey before the final strike.
Now we're going to go in here and we're going to see there's another shield breaker. And this other shield breaker has a little bit better of a move set. And is a flagellant manslayer. That's not terrible. We're gonna go ahead, we'll take that shield breaker too, because there is a strategy running 2 shield breakers in the same party. And then we get ourselves another healer, potentially. Occultist does a lot of things, but weird reconstruction is a pretty decent healing skill, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get the
abyss.
Occultist
One
there.
must know it.
Now we're gonna go through and we're gonna check our characters for all of those items. We're gonna just actually, isn't there a button? Unequip all trinkets on here. There we go. Now we need to 100% take people in for stress. So we're gonna take her here to pray to a higher power to reduce her stress. And then we're gonna take Patrice to the bar, let her drink. So now we have a limited number of characters for the next run, but we got some of them back. And as you can see, the clear path to the boss progress is going up. Once this reaches the number 2, we'll see the boss be unlocked for us. But currently, we're gonna go ahead and we haven't gotten access to this. This is where we can go through and like all these camping skills will be different. I don't know if we currently have, because Dismas has Bandit Scent. So if we have Dismas in our party, they won't be surprised. Oh, this is where we get the guild.
We will face
we get access to the guild currently.
Our soldiers must be ready.
Now, the first thing I'm gonna do with Stagecoach,
The bellows blast once again. The forge stands ready to
is
make
I'm
weapons
going
of war.
to upgrade our hero barracks to at least 13. And I'm going to increase the number of heroes that become available each to 3. I could potentially do this again, but I want to kind of relax here on spending too many resources into one spot, because we don't have a whole lot of money, so I want to just make sure that everything we're doing is good. Plus, every single one of these heirlooms has like a conversion rate, but it's just more beneficial to plan out your stuff. But guys, that's going to be our first video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and if you want to be named after one of these characters, go ahead and post that down in the comment section. I will be reading all comments, and we will be changing the names of some of our characters to people who watch the YouTube series. Let me know what characters you guys want to be. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.